Devin Lewis's charcoal painting of Richard Oliver. And you were telling me earlier, Devin, Richard Oliver is your dad, right? Wow. So what inspired you to do a charcoal of your dad?
Well, the assignment we got in class was to do a charcoal drawing of just anyone, and I wanted to work on more personal work, something that would mean something to me, and I just wouldn't want to keep it in my portfolio all summer. I want to show it. So I decided to do my dad, and when doing this, I was trying to see what would show him off the best, and I just wanted something simple. So uh, I asked him to take a photo of himself, because my family, they don't like posing for very long.
Oh.
Um, so he did a couple, and I chose the best one that showed him off the best. And what I wanted to show that he's a strong person, but there's another side of him, and that's what I tried to show in his eyes. Although he's rough on the outside, he's smooth on the inside. He's a really clean person.
Wow. Wow, that's very insightful. Well, I could tell you really love your dad. And I'm going to ask you what your biggest challenge was, and I'm almost wondering if it was challenging sometimes when you really love somebody and you want to get that right. Is it kind of hard? I mean, is it hard because you're worried about, like, can I make it good enough for somebody I care about that much? Can I really express in art what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing? Was that part of the challenge?
Yeah, this was actually the fourth trial and error of his face, and it was my first time with charcoal. So there was that challenge: how am I gonna actually make a piece, first of all, and then after going through trial and error over and over, I decided to just tackle it like a pencil drawing, and then just see what happens, and this is what happened.
Devin, it's beautifully detailed, and I can see what you're saying because the eyes are very sensitive, and the way they're looking up, they seem to be looking up to the light, to a higher power. I have to ask you, what did your dad think of this?
For a long time, he didn't know. He didn't know I was drawing him, because
Oh.
for so long I was just for a long time I was just drawing my mom, and this is where I got the idea that family doesn't like to pose. So when I told him actually when his face was hanging in the hall at our school, and then I told him that it was moving here, and then he was really excited. He got bragging rights.
Oh.
So that was nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Did he saw it in the school, and then here, and the fact that it was selected?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been,
Yeah.
oh, wow. I mean, that must have meant so much to you personally to be recognized not only as an artist, but the fact that this is a portrait of your dad. I mean, that must have been a double pleasure for you. So is there anything that surprised you then in working on this piece? Anything that...
What surprised me was how I was able to work in charcoal, because I wanted something velvety, something you would get like in a nice print, like a mezzotint. And it worked out because I love contrast. And this medium, I started to play with it more, learned that it was messy, can't work on it at home anymore. And I want to continue working with portraits of my family, mainly probably both of my grandpas, and continue this.
Nice. May I ask you also how long it took you to do this? And was there a certain moment when you knew you had it, you were done? Because as with all of this art, I always wonder how people know I've got it, because some people tinker endlessly. So I'm always curious about that. So how long did it take you? When did you know that's it?
We had 2 weeks to do it. I didn't start the application of value until the 1 week mark, because I restarted 4 times. Some people start over more, but I realized that I just had to get this done, and I wanted to just see what I could do. And the most challenging thing, it was really the application of white, what I wanted to highlight the most. And it happened to be his eyes, the X on his favorite hat. And yeah.
Lovely. And so what pleased you the most now when you look at this experience?
What pleased me the most was how I was able to capture him, because I didn't know it was going to look like him. I was really scared about that, because he is close and the piece was close, and I want to keep it for a while.
The details are just beautiful, Devin. I mean, just even little things like the way the shirt pulls away from the neck, and just the head lifted up that way, a little bit of shadow there. But again, yeah, you can see the little lines in the face and the hat, but the eyes, I see the contrast. There's something going on. There's a light from within. Really, really, and yet, you see someone who's trying to cover himself up a little bit because that little jacket is high, the hat is on. Really lovely, wonderful work. I'm glad you could be working on the rest of your family. I hope they're ready. What are your goals for yourself going forward?
Going forward, I want to experiment in new mediums and hopefully narrow down what I really want to do. I know I want to continue in art. I don't know what area of art, so I got that major choice to make. But I like the field I'm in. It's nice. It's refreshing.
Well, wonderful. And I think in this field, you seem to be able to really express something. And I think one of the great things art can do is have people look at people and things in a different way. And I think you've succeeded in that. And I'm sure your dad and your family are very proud. Beautiful work, Devin. Congratulations. And again, please keep us updated on what you do. Thank you very much, Devin. Congratulations.